Oh, it says there's someone in there. It's not come up on... This is a fantastic start. I think it's working. Oh. Yeah, it's working. Hello. This has been an ordeal. Right, hang on. Oh, there we go. Hello. I'm just playing catch up at the moment. Is the sound all right? I've got an assistant in the room next door. Just over 24 hours to go. Just over 25 hours to go. I'm going to have to finish at 5:10 now. Yeah, so that was my fault. I had it unlisted. A simple error. Oh, right. So, hang on. Right, there we go. Now I've got the chat going as well so I can see. Right, hello. We're here eventually. Oh, there's lots of hellos. According to my chat here, HubNut is a spanner. Anyone else see that? Right, I need to set this up so that I don't keep having to turn my head away. So basically the chat is on the laptop down here and you're up there. So and Miss HubNut's a spanner as well, yeah. They're made for each other, aren't they? Yeah, so there's no microphone at the moment, but there will be later on. So because some idiot forgot to charge their phone up. So it's currently charging. So yeah, right. Spanner or spammer? He's supposed to be the anti-spammer. Hello from Warragul in Victoria, Australia. It's 1:10 on Saturday morning. Oh, who'd be up at 1:10 on the Saturday morning? How am I feeling? Knackered, to be honest with you. I've been off my feet all day. I'm feeling more stressed this time than I did last time. Good afternoon from down the road, yeah. So is this the 25-hour stream going to be a video later? Right, so, okay, so the plan, this is where I'm going to unveil my plans. The plan is last time I ran it and then I probably stopped it 4 or 5 times and they were random points. Like, you know, you'd get a bit of video that was 8 hours and then you get the bit that was 2 and everything. Now, because YouTube has changed the way that the stream's set up slightly, it makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to stop it every time there's a guest. So every time there's a set, what do they call it? A set change. Every time there's a stage shift about, I'm going to stop it and then start it again. And then there'll be the title will say who the guest is at the time. I never got a chance to unveil my mystery guest. That'll be at 8 o'clock. So part of me thinks I would just leave that as a mystery until he's there, and the other part of me thinks he's quite a big YouTuber, I should probably say, but it's too late because the phone's up there. So hello from Sweden. I'm jealous of everyone who's not in this country. Has Ian been touching the wipers on the SM? No, but he has touched the wipers on well, it's not a DS, it's a D Special. So yeah, I'm going to stop them every time there's a guest change. So the stream will stop and start again each time. That gives me a chance to change mics as well, because there's more than one mic I'm using. When we've got a guest coming in, I've got a mic that splits two ways, but they're all wired. And then I've got a single one which I'll set up after. We'll go and dyno a car in a bit for a laugh. We'll put something on the rolling road which is really not suitable for it, but screw it. So I will we'll do that, and then I'll come back and then I'll put the mic in. I have got as well a wireless charger for the phone, so the phone can just sit on this thing and charge, but that doesn't sit on the tripod, which is an oversight on my part. So yeah, and I haven't even looked at the whole what's it, target thing. What's the target we're at? Oh dear, where's the target? What's it at? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen here. I'll update the target now while we're all here. 1893. Oh, so we're right. So this is the target we're heading to. The target we're heading to is 1998, and there are two cars in the 1998. Can you see them? You probably can. Both 1998cc. Both of these cars have a similar story to tell, although I was only driving that one. So I need to update that so it's not Panda anymore. Hang on. Ugh. Yeah, please don't do super chats. Yeah, do it by. I mean, that goes in my bank account, but that's probably not. That's embezzlement, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Just Giving link is. Well, the Just Giving link is definitely the easiest way to do it. It goes directly to the charity, so it doesn't even go through me. I don't have to do anything, which is ideal. It goes straight to Sophie's Legacy, straight to their bank account, and yeah, nice as it is to do a super chat, on this occasion it needs to go through Just Given. Sorry, it's been a long day. Let me do this sticker. Right, so the current level we're at is, you can't see it, there's the levels that have been and gone. There was a Panda, a Frog Eye Sprite, a 106 Rally. There was Hilda, but the Hilda picture has gone to a wall because Hilda is much more special. And then there's not special, broken. And there's a 205G, not a GTI, very much not a 205 GTI up there. That was the 1769. So the latest one. So we're at 205 level. But the level we're now trying to get to is the... No, hang on, the 205 should be here. I've ballsed that up. That's unfortunate. Right, so that's the level we're going to, these two. When it gets to 1998, and I'm sure it will because we're only £100 off, that will go somewhere else, and then we'll get another... No, it won't. That will stay there. Yes, as the current level. So that's the target level at the moment. Ignore that bit. That's the target level. Oh yeah, I did it because it's the wrong orientation and it's covering that. It's fine. It's all right. There we go. I'm just playing catch up with the chat. probably a good idea to have the Just Giving link in the video description. It probably is actually, although it is also, I don't know if you can read it, there are instructions there. If you go on Just Giving and just search up and down, and then at the top you've got different options like crowdfunders and stuff like that, and then there's fundraisers. You click fundraisers, this is the first one that comes up, and then you click on the picture of the logo, and donations of £20 or more will be automatically entered into, not a raffle because I'm not licensed, but they will be allocated a number, and then those numbers will be selected at random, and if you happen to have that number, you happen to get some freebies. And speaking of freebies, you lucky people, look, £20 sticker. And this is not an endorsement, this is just the prize. This isn't a message, this isn't me saying this, but yeah. So if you see that and you think, oh, I'd like a bit of that, if you've donated £20 or more, you are in the chance of winning some of that, and there's more stuff to come. Ian said whoever gets the sticker gets took as well. Isn't that right? No. There's a delay. He's in the kitchen. It's literally next door, but there's a delay. Those are Ian's merch, yes, but Ian has donated them for the not raffle. So, and he's not the only people who've done that as well. Only person. So, but thank you to everyone who has donated so far, because this is great. This is how would you refresh? Do you just press Control R? Yeah. Oh! That's out of date. Oh no, it's got to stay up there, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's got to stay up there. So it's gone over 1998. So that's the current level we're at. The current level we're at is a Toyota MR2, not GT, and a Citroen Xantia Activa. Who'd have one of those? But it's not my Citroen Xantia Activa. It belonged to a bloke. So can I turn on audio description when showing things to camera? I just did. Yeah, a Toyota MR2 SW20. All right, okay, so we've hit that live, right? So not a Tractiva, no. No, it's not a Tractiva. So so we've hit that one live. So I'll do the story of this. What this picture's about, because that one happened, and then the others we'll play catch up later on when it's quieter. So these cars both have something in common. It's not just the CC, which was 1998. Isn't 1998 like the most common CC for a 2-litre engine? So yeah, they both have something in common, and it's not what you're thinking. Neither, if anyone can guess what they have in common, it's not a feature of the car, it's something that happened in both those cars with different drivers at different times. No, it's not the colour, because the Xantia is green. Oh, Jeff! You jammy... Yes, Jeff Longley is correct. Spun them. Both of these cars had a moment where the driver ran out of talent. I was driving the MR2, completely different situations. I was driving the MR2. Yeah, your chats are showing, Richard. So, yeah, I was driving the MR2 to work, and it was raining. And I'd been told, this is a very early MR2, this is not a GT. It was just a 2-litre 16 valve, but it had the single cam at 3SFE, I think it is. It's about 120 horsepower. It had that spoiler fitted, but MR2 people will look at that spoiler closely, and you can tell. Oh, hang on, no, do it that way. That's not a GT spoiler because it didn't wrap round on the wings, it just sat on the boot lid. I didn't realise any of this until I bought the car. It also didn't have these wheels. The earlier SW20 had slightly different 5-spokes, which were described as dangerous by motoring journalists of the time. And I found this out to my cost because when I was driving into work at Euro Car Parts one morning in about 2006, I had someone try and undertake me on the outside of a roundabout. So they were on the left and they were undertaking me despite the fact they were going around the outside, if you know what I mean. Like they were doing the longer line. And they were in a Honda Civic, not a particularly johned up one, and I wasn't happy with this. So I gradually increased my speed. I didn't accelerate hard. I didn't open my can and whoop ass or anything, because unfortunately with 120 brake, it didn't really have a can. It was more like a carton, and the straw was all bent, and you couldn't. So I just kind of sped up, and I got faster and faster and faster. Not particularly fast, but it was raining, and the car, I'm not joking, it just went. It just span completely, and there's no way I could correct it. The steering wheel in that thing was like from a ship. It was massive, and you were like this, many turns, no power steering, and completely 180'd it, and he just drove off, and he got away with it. So I made myself look like a tit. But and then the other time, there's Activa. This belonged to he's referred to him as a knobhead quite often, Simon, who won't be on at the moment. So that car there, he went away to France a few times as a chalet. Well, he was like a housemaid. He will say it's something different, but he was a housemaid. And he came back, and we went to the pub, and I went to the pub with my now wife and him, and we were in the Saxo, which was the 20 on Instagram. It's 20 years with a Saxo. That's a thing. And for some reason I was driving that Saxo back, and he, because it was an Activa, he felt that speed limits didn't apply to him around corners. Neither did the laws of physics or anything like that. And so he tried to keep up with the Saxo around the corner. And the problem with an Activa is they weigh as much as the sun, and Saxos do not. And the Saxo was lowered and stiffened, so it didn't roll much either. The trick with Activas is they're not, it's a Xantia at the end of the day. It's not going to go around corners that fast. The thing is, they're smooth, but they don't roll. Whereas the Saxo didn't roll, but it wasn't smooth. It was low and hard. You can either have one or the other. The Activa, you can have both, but it can't cheat physics. And we went around this corner in the Windover roundabout. I went around it pretty quick, and he tried to go around it as quick as the Saxo and completely lost the back end. And I looked in the rearview mirror, and he'd gone 90 degrees, and he was sliding 90 degrees with his bumper almost kissing the central reservation, and then it came back again. But the funny thing was, when it was sliding, it wasn't leaning, it was just completely flat, and he went past later on the motorway like this. And that was the last time he tried that. So yeah, both those cars span. We don't talk about roundabouts in Lincolnshire. So I didn't spin the Xantia, my friends spun the Xantia. Both those cars are dead as well. I checked the other day, that car got scrapped in 2014, and the Xantia got scrapped not much long. He sold it a long time ago, well over 10 years ago, probably closer to 15 years ago. So we drove to Bedfordshire to get that. I told him what they were about, and went and test drove it, and it's the first time I'd ever been in an Activa. The first corner we went round, I went, because it's just freakish. It's just smooth, and you go around a corner, it just doesn't lean. But if it hits a bump mid-corner, it's still smooth, but it's not leaning. It's weird. Spinning a Xantia must be a scary thing. The funny thing with the spinning a Xantia is you can't feel what's going on, so it doesn't make a massive difference. Oh, it's gone up again, has it? 2238. 2258. Oh, we're getting near the next one. Do you want to know what the next one is? 2238 is an Isuzu TDV. Yeah. The next target is I'm very organised here. The next target is 2498, so it's a bit of a jump. I was going to do a 2175 for Clement, but then I realised that I couldn't actually give you any stories about Clement that I haven't already said. So, do you like the look? There's a little Clement there. There's a precursor to some stuff beginning with M that might feature Clement. So, what was that?
I have no idea.
The Citroen Saxo shares the platforms to the Xantia and Berlingo and possibly the C2. I don't think it does. I think you might be mixed up with another car there. The Xantia was a very underrated car. Do you know, with the public, it was. With motoring magazines and journalists and things, it wasn't. It used to win every group test. It was either, if they were petrol engine cars in that kind of sector, what do you call that sector? D sector? D segment? The Xantia used to win if it was diesel cars that were being tested, and the Mondeo used to win if it was petrol cars being tested. Pretty much all the time until the 406 came out. And when that came out, that used to win everything. So, did I leave Ian unattended in the workshop? I've locked him in the kitchen. So, Saxo has one of the worst NCAP ratings of all time. Yeah, probably. When did NCAP come out? Metro did NCAP, didn't it? Well, Rover 100. That's the worst one I've seen. But the the Saxo was not. That said, I used to work in a body shop years ago when I owned the. Yeah, no, it wasn't Euro Car Parts. When I owned the MR2, it was a body shop. And when I owned the next car that's on the Target thing, and we had a Saxo come in that had rolled, and the guy just walked out with it. So, yeah, it done quite a good job. I think it's not very heavy. They don't squash their own roofs. At this rate, tomorrow we'll be on Ocean Liner CC. There is a car I wanted to put up. I haven't got a picture of it. I don't know how to get a picture printed while I'm doing this, but there is a car to put on there. Peugeot J5 engine. Was that a diesel? It's not the Peugeot J5. Oh, the Beast Van 6,660. Yeah, I haven't got anything for that. I had a Xantia and a Mondeo. I much preferred the Xantia. I've had both. I own Xantias now, but I've had a few. We had a Mondeo ST200. And there were things the Xantia did much better, and there were things the Mondeo did much better. I think I'd probably prefer the Xantia of the two, unsurprisingly. If it's an Activa or something like that, the Mondeo's driving position was much better, and the petrol engines in the Mondeo are way better, except the V6. I'd say the Xantia's V6 is better than the Mondeo's, but the normal 4 cylinders in the Mondeo are in a different league to the Xantia's. The driving position was way better. I'd say the handling was probably better on the Mondeo. The Mondeo had a really, really good ride, like handling balance. There was a few things, but then the Xantia, way better rear space. Rear legroom in a Xantia was way better. The seats were much bigger. Mondeo's had tiny back seats. The back doors were tiny. The seats were tiny, and it was a bit of a con, really. You could, it made it look bigger than it was. But the boot was big. But yeah, I liked it. I like both of them, to be honest. Mark 3 or Mark 4 Mondeo. Do you know the Mark 3? I had a Mark 3 briefly. I had an ST TDCi, which I bought broken and couldn't fix without spending a lot of money. They're good cars. To be honest, Mondeos are good cars. I think The first one looks alright. I think the facelift, the Mark II looked a bit... The ST200 looked okay, but I thought the rest of them looked a bit gawky. Mark III looked okay. Mark IV, it's all the car anyone needs. There's nothing they do badly. Perhaps last. That's probably the only thing they... And the 1.8 diesel engines are terrible. Bentley Turbo R 6750. Oh yeah, 6 3/4. Yeah, hey, 16 Valvers found the emojis. So if you're channel members today, I added some emojis. Channel members can use them. I can't add them for everyone, even if I wanted to. I couldn't. So, I think Mondeos have small back seats. My 9.3 has awful rear leg space. I don't know what 9.3 that is. I had a 9.3. They called it Sports Saloon. People used to refer to them as SS. It was basically the saloon, like 2003 onwards. That did have quite small back seats actually, yeah, but it was comfortable. It was quite tight in the back. You're right, but I like that car. Didn't like the way it drove, but I like the car. Really like the car actually. Wish it drove nicely because I'd probably still have it. Gonna have to. Well, one of the pictures I've got. So I'm gonna have to mix more than one to get more than 2 photos to combine CCs. It's not a bad shout, but one of the pictures I've done is not CC because I started to run out of things I could do. So, thoughts on a Safran? I quite like the look of them. Handsome car. Never been in one. I imagine they're comfy. I like the Renault 25 as well, the interior on them. What's the posh Renault 25? Monaco, is it? So, you got a 9.3 Aero. Ooh. I didn't have an Aero. I had a Vector Sport, which was a 1. It had a... Now, what did it have on the back? Let me remember. It had a 1.8 T on the boot, but it was a 2 litre. So if you have a 1.8 with a T and it's a lowercase t, you've got 5 gears and 150 horsepower. If you've got a capital T, you've still got a 2 litre engine, but you've got more boost and 6 gears and 180 horsepower. And then if you had the Aero, it actually said it was a 2 litre and you had what, 210, I think it was. And it was all the same engine. So you could tune one up to the other, but mine had a Hirsch remap. So I was on 170 something. So it went okay. The DS came out in 54, so the Clement is 50 years old. Clement's not. Clement is registered 1975. There are CXs that are older than Clement. Well, I say that, it was probably built 73. There's a chance it was built, and it might, I mean, I think it was built in Paris, in the factory, but there's a chance it was assembled in Aulnay, because it's a very, very late one. And they might have assembled them in kits when they got that factory going. I don't know. Unfortunately, there's no way of telling for sure at the moment. But I think I can write off to Citroen with some info, and they might be able to tell me where. So, but yeah, it was probably built somewhere between 73 and 75. So it's probably younger than the SM. What happened to all the Zaras? I've not even, I guess that's not seen one for years. People forgot they existed, I think. The VTS is good. Zara VTS. I had a turbo diesel. Burgundy one. Ultima, there you go. 6669. Yeah, that works, doesn't it? Ultima 6669. Ultima. I can tell a story about an Ultima, not that Ultima, but I can tell a story about another one. There you go. 6669. Would I agree that Renaults are way better than Citroens? You need to calm down, Phil. Wash your mouth out. Do you know Renault? This is a true story. Renault is the French word for toilet. Yeah, the 5-speed box on mine wasn't any good either. My Saab, it was filthy blocked and reported. Yeah, my 5-speed. It's a Vauxhall box, isn't it? So I mean, the Vauxhall gearbox has never been the best. Zara Picassos are gone. I don't know. You still see them about. I was quite partial to one I had recently. There's tons in France. They're everywhere. They're still everywhere in France. That's like the if you're kind of like the left-leaning, old school French people who aren't into like displays of wealth and they just buy a car and run it till it dies and then scrap it and get another one. Zara Picassos are what they're using because they're everywhere. Jay Leno's tank car. Do I know who Past the Picasso went to? I do, and very excitingly, the person who it went to is on stream tonight. It's the person who has it right now. So, yeah, and Alex did have it. Alex drove it to France and then lost the key. Didn't you, Alex? After you tried to rub my face in it that you were in a swimming pool. Yes, old Scruff. Got a picture going, oh, look where I am. Like the feet up, the pool. No one there either. All the sun loungers are out, no towels. And yeah, just. And then the next day, to go in there, you had to take your shoes off and you had to put your shoes in the cupboard. And what did you do with the key? Cecily the C5 is currently in France, partaking in a big road trip with about 30 other Citroens. So, oh, hang on, I've just noticed the time. Right, shall we go and do a rolling road with something silly? What do you reckon? Yes. Zoinks. I like your username. Bit late joining, can't see the donate link. Ian is hitting copy and paste on that one. And if it's not took, I shall be disappointed. I don't think it will be, because if Ian was driving down in that, he'd probably still be on his way now. Right, okay. So we've got 20 minutes until the first guest comes in. So I reckon that's enough time. So I'm going to mute this. I'm going to give you something to look at. Not like that. And then we'll go and set it up and then we'll bring it out and do it that way. So I'm going to leave this one running for now. S-Max. Do you know the S-Max would do better now because I've fixed. Well, I'm gonna do a video on that one, a brief one, not a big one because it's not part of the thing. But yeah, the S-Max has had some progress recently. So right, we'll go and set it up. How do I do this? There you go. Look, picture of some cars. We're back.
Oh, are people guessing already?
I think they might be guessing wrong.
Oh look, it's an SM.
The SM is not on the dyno.
No, it's not that one.
No.
Him?
Oh no, it's not an him.
No, no. Clement?
No.
No. Is it time?
The van wouldn't fit.
Did you ask Alex? Or is this
Alex,
a surprise?
can I put your car on the rolling road, please? What's that? He said yeah.
Yeah, it's all thumbs up, I'm sure.
That's very good of him.
He says no,
No.
but he means yes.
Where is he? Is he in Croydon or is he? If he's in Croydon, it's a long way for him to come to get.
Yeah. If he comes here and stops us, we'll stop.
Right. So I don't know what this is supposed to do. It's a 1970. It's not a DS. It's a 1970 D special with a 2-litre engine. So it's 1985cc. I do not know what the book figure is. I'm guessing not very much. We're really doing this. It's not about making big numbers. We just want to make sure it works okay, because all it's done is come here and tick over. So one of the things you've got to do is see if it works. So, but if it is low numbers, we're all going to laugh. If it's more than 77, Ian's going to do a dance. Are you
Actual
ready?
dance.
An actual dance.
Yeah.
The fan will go on and it'll get loud.
That's his biggest fan.
Won't go mad.
Oh, I can't post the link, I'm holding a phone. Going well. Mild technical difficulties.
Car.
Oh no!
Oh no! It's terminated the test.
It lost the rev signal.
It lost the rev signal.
This is live, folks.
Yeah.
Unedited.
This is what happened.
Nice.
It was going so well. Right, okay, so the spark plug signal has pulled the HT lead off.
Oh, there we go. That'll do it.
I didn't fit those.
Oh, I should have left it running. It could have given you a tickle.
Yeah, it's exciting like that. Right. Because of the unique way this car is wired, I have to start it from the bottom.
2548 we're now at.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah.
We tell another story.
That's past your other story, isn't it? Wasn't it 2498 the target?
Oh, what's that?
2548.
It's gone past them on the V6.
Amazing.
2544. Right. Try again. Got a guest in 10 minutes.
no, the fan's not on.
I forgot to put the fan on. You click it on there.
Make sure you don't tread on the rollers. Where is it? Oh,
Click
there.
the cursor over that fan. That's it.
Yeah. Got some speed up. Oh, Alex, you're not brave enough. He says he's never revved it that high before.
Never driven it.
The bonnet's meant to have little valve dents in it.
I did go above 5,000.
Right, moment of truth.
It didn't feel like it was worth revving it. Wrong one.
Ooh. Not as good as a Berlingo.
Yeah, but how close?
Very close.
To be honest,
Worryingly close.
To be honest, I killed it when it was in its stride. It was still going.
Yeah. How embarrassing.
104 pound-feet at 2,500 revs.
Nice. Meaty torque. Well done, Audrey.
Well done, Audrey. So 75. If I give it another go, it will probably go a little bit higher, but I'm not going to, because I think that's blown the cobwebs off.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's really good. Lovely broad graph there. So Audrey's in good health.
Yeah.
Apart from this little...
Bear the bear.
Yeah. And as I say, it was...
Wow.
Look, Alex, it's not dead.
And then it was quiet again.
And it was quiet again. Right.
I better give you that back.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and post the link again.
There you go.
2608.
Wow. Is the camera reversed?
I can see your face at the moment.
Is the number, is it like a mirror image or?
No, it is the right.
Okay, because on the phone it's not.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Look, for charity, a 75 horsepower not DS.
Super Leggera.
He's a little bit, has he replied yet? I've often heard it said that real men don't need more than 75 horsepower. You're going to have to add some power to that then, aren't you, Alex? Right, we're going to move back into the office. We're back. Alex, your car's gone a little bit on fire. I'm just waiting to see if it just puts itself out.
It's alright, we're safe.
We're going to sort it out, Alex. No, that's a powder one. Don't use that. It'll cover everything. It'll be harder to clean that up than it will to sweep the DS up. Not DS. It is number 27 time, yeah. Well, no, not quite yet. 4 minutes. Hello all, looks like we're in for a night of non-stop action. Yeah. You weren't in my armpit, no. No, to be honest, we're going back to the not DS. That's that. I mean, I stopped that early. The timing hasn't been played with. It might be that the timing needs a tweak. The fuel, well, it's not old fuel. It's on new fuel, but yeah, there's a few. Missing the exhaust. Some of that wouldn't actually make a difference, but there's a few things. So I think it's probably more likely it's about the 80 mark. Which is what's it? Did anyone find out what it's supposed to be? I mean, basically, I'd call that a success. I know the numbers weren't amazing. I know Ian didn't want me to run it again in case it got more than 77. 91. Ugh. Yeah. You are? 98. Do you know Clement is 109? Clement is 109. Right. Was that 75 wheel horsepower? No. No, that's flywheel. 81, yeah, 81 Den. So it's a flywheel calculation. The wheel horsepower was about 56. Have I ever considered working on an old Mercedes like a W123? I like a W123. Oh, yeah, Alex's claim, what, 81 din? Right. So, what I've got to do now is end this stream and start another one. Because I can't add number 27 to this one. Because of YouTube. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end this. If you just stay on the channel, it should come back up with the new one. So I'll end this one. I'll flip it over to the thing where we have 2 people on, not 1. And yeah, hopefully see you then. I think we've got 1 minute. I will try and put the link in the description. The problem is it's all done on my phone, so all the Just Given stuff, everything I do for the channel is done on the PC or laptop. Whereas the phone has to be used to do this. Because I can't use a desktop to do a 2 people interview, because I don't know why. So it has to be done on a phone. So, and not up and down, that's me. Number 27 is one of the ones that played up last time, because I think he's an Apple customer. So we'll have to see if that works. So that's it. It's now 5. So I'm going to end this one. I'm going to get the new one started straight away. I'll add him in. It might not come on for a few minutes, but yeah, hopefully it'll come on early enough that everyone can get in and get seated, if you like. So I'll see you in a minute.